Okay, hi, hello everybody. It is 8:30. Hello everybody. There's a lot of new people, a lot of people in chat right now, so I can't name drop every single one. But hi, haven't streamed in 3 weeks because internet issues. Yes, so let me just catch you up on this. There's a lot of yapping that I need to get to, and hopefully shit doesn't happen. As you can't tell, I'm kind of on edge right now because, well, I'll get into it. So, again, as you can no doubt tell from the copious amounts of warnings in the title on the hello, right, Puppy, thank you. Thanks for coming to the stream. If you no doubt noticed, so from the title, the stream notification, the text on screen right now, like I have. Okay, before I get into this, Edgar, I'm going to be very clear on this. You need to stop asking me and everyone in my server if they have played a certain game. You do this literally all the time. You never talk about anything else, and it's getting on my nerves. I'm being very, very, very serious here. You need to stop doing that. It's literally every single time you interact with me. Yes, okay, thank you. Anyway, so to catch you up, the issue is that I had like my last ISP, or rather like my last internet service used cable, like by Rogers, and I have. Oh shit! Thank you for the 9 months, cat. Jesus Christ, ugh. Thank you very much for the sub. But whew. Anyway, so sorry. There's like a lot of things I need to yap about that I need to organize my thoughts, and also because the anxiety from this internet issue, though, is like it's making me not think clearly. But the thing is that before I was on Rogers Cable, had so many issues with the upload speed. It would just randomly cut out. It would randomly or slow down to a crawl. Though you can. While the last two streams that I did were fine, the one before that was it was another Trepang stream. And for the first hour and a half, it was fine when I was playing the penthouse map on extreme for the stripey skin. And for the stripey skin, and then after that, though, I started to do like the cheat run, as I am about to do right now, though. But then, like about half an hour in, it went from fine to unusable, and I had to kill that portion of the stream. Oh, Stormyson, thank you for the follow. I'll have to address that later. But the internet just like cut out after like 2 hours of that, and I could not get the stream back online. Like I really tried, but it what's up? Not much. I'm just doing some preliminary yapping, just trying to catch up on some housekeeping and important updates concerning my internet issues. But I've like it was on that day that I was so mad because before before I would start a stream, though, I would usually use speedtest.net or whatever, and then or run like an offline bandwidth test. And normally, if the results are fine, that usually tends to indicate that the stream will be fine, though. So I felt so fucking betrayed when I streamed for 2 hours and then it died. And like I just at that point I had enough, and I went ahead and after much searching, I found a different ISP and I canceled the service with the other one. And so the reason why I had to switch ISPs is because what I decided to switch to was DSL internet. And now I know DSL internet is much usually like a lot slower, not as good, but the speeds that I'm getting are with these lines are still like good enough for streaming, evidently. 10 megabits per second down is still enough to stream 1080p on Twitch. So that's good. But yeah, so I switched to that, and I'd been sort of hedging my bets a bit for the last several weeks. Not DSL, yeah, though, but the problem is that the cable is so fucking bad, apparently, though, that I had no choice though but to switch to DSL because according to my ISP, like my last one, the issue was with the cables themselves. There was interference on the lines. So even if I switched to a different ISP, if they were still using the same cables, which they would be because there's no other cables that run through this area for cable internet, I would have the same issues if I switched to a different provider. I had to switch lines entirely to DSL as just like a last-ditch desperate attempt though to hopefully avoid these issues. And I've been hedging my bets a bit for the last like 3 weeks or so because I've had the internet for the last for pretty much like close to the start of this month, but I haven't streamed just because I was just so paranoid of it just dropping out again. Because every single time I see the drop frames go up, my heart rate goes up. They're correlated. I just get instantly anxious and everything is just bad. And every single time I mention it though, I feel like I'm about to fucking jinx it. But why won't they go fix the physical cables? That's a great question. There is no fucking answer aside from the fact that ISPs suck. Like, fuck Rogers, apparently. They just aren't going to fix their shit. Because they insist that everything is fine. But clearly, they're not. So, that's just typical. You drop 100% the frames, yet don't stream, or something else. I don't know how it works. Envy the Undying. Can I have free money? This is a joke. I don't actually want money. Hey, is it that... Are you that fucking bird that I hate? No, that's Ivy. I'm stupid. God damn it. Wait, well, I confused it with someone else. I'm sorry. That was someone else. It was Ivy, not Envy. Sorry about that. You're not the fucking bird that I hate. You believe in birds. Ivy is that fucking bird that we hate. Yes, I got confused there. My brain farted. But yeah, anyways. Because there's a... You're a boat? Interesting. Better not hit my fucking boat. And so basically I had to hop to a different line entirely to potentially avoid these issues. And I just decided now, like, I'm gonna stop procrastinating and also just, you know, like try to do a stream out. And yeah, I'll get to the first time chat. There's a lot of new people here, which is fantastic. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's just to catch up the new people though. Long story short, internet problems are like were plaguing me. I hopped ISPs. We're gonna have to see how well this one does. The thing is though, is that like literally like less than an hour ago when I did a bandwidth test, for the first 2 tests, though, which shitted itself almost instantly twice in a row, but then I had one test that was fine for 17 minutes. So I don't fucking know if it's still the same problem with these lines. If it is, then I'm just convinced this area is just plagued. And the only thing to do would be to move, but I moved here less than a year ago and I don't want to move again. So there you go. So anyways, addressing less anxiety-inducing stuff, though, into more better news. So there's a lot of new people in the chat. I'm now at over 400 Twitch followers, which is, like, fucking mind-blowing to me. Because, by the way, like, I kind of started streaming, like, 3 years ago, but I only started to do it a bit more, like, do it more consistently, I think, around like May last year. And I think since then this growth has been pretty decent though, and it definitely like got like a huge boost lately with the recent video that I posted last week, which was the why my community keeps calling me gay. Which, by the way, when I made that video, even though the stream, while it was live, got like nearly 30 people while I was taking a fucking BuzzFeed quiz. You won't see a leg if you test your bandwidth. Things won't drop you close your eyes and not witness the gay boy. God damn it, no. Oh, true, Annie. Okay, so nearly 30 people were watching on that stream live though, and I don't know how the fuck that happened, but Steve Storm, that came across your video and during the Discord, and I'm here. Awesome. Nickel advertising would burn 2 nickels. Not it's weird that happened twice. Interesting. So anyway, I did not expect that video to get any views. I was like, oh hi Somi. Hi. Anyways, during the streamer gay. Anyway, so the I like honestly expected. Still haven't seen anything about Trepang 2. That is so funny. Oh right, yeah, Stormy. Right. Yeah, now I'm remembering now. That's great. Well, but you're about to see it. However, it's gonna be like completely ruined because I have a bunch of cheats on, but we'll get to that. But like that video that I made, I legitimately your collection of theater women friends also say you're rather fruity. Oh my god. There's no fucking way, man. Anyway, I expected that video to maybe get like 1,000 views, right? Because like the thing about my channel is that it's oddly just blessed, which I probably just jinxed it now, but like I feel that every single time I upload a new video, it's gonna be like, this one isn't gonna catch on, because it's just the luck of YouTube. Because I see people with similar sub counts to me, or even way more, who upload a video and don't even hit 1,000 views. Not to dunk, I'm not dunking on them, that's just the unfortunate reality of YouTube. That's just the difficult game of YouTube. And so I keep expecting that to eventually happen, for me to hit a big old dry spell. Somehow this one, after nearly a week, has nearly 5,000 views. It has, like, I think around today it probably started to plateau a bit, but that's like 5 times more than I thought. We're listening to in the middle of an Olive Garden right now and going, oog twink. God, no. How are those breadsticks, by the way? Have your Sandy is gonna come into your Discord server and because of you being gay, dude? Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, so because the thing is, though, I did not expect this video to get a lot of views though, because I thought that like it's not related to a game per se. It's more about me, and like I just don't expect people to be interested in me, because that's kind of the case with like a lot of YouTube channels though, where like people are more interested in the content the person makes and not so much about the lore of the person behind the channel more often than not. So it was a huge mind blow to have that video. For a brief period, it was actually in the similar amount of time. For a brief period, it actually outperformed the common skin tier list video, which is insane. You joined the server because you wanted to find out if I was truly gay, and I'm not. OG Olive Garden breadsticks are F tier Wonder Bread. Why are you eating there then? He's lying. Don't know. I'm not lying. This ain't about that, god damn it. But I think the lore of are you gay or not gay interests people. Apparently, evidently. And so I got a huge wave of people coming to my Discord server, and like I also am over 8,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is insane. Like, and I think the great part is though the fact that like so far I've only received 2 sussy comments, which is great to know though that like the fan base that had built up, because not to accuse the Trepang 2 of anything. The game is great, the devs are great, but I'm just saying that it tends to attract a certain demographic though, so I'm pretty glad that only 2 people were shitty enough to be vocal about it. So I probably maybe lost 2 subscribers at most and gained hundreds more. The way I learned that you stream was from the video. The maid dress calls, god damn it. Well, I guess I just pulled a huge gamer, like, I'm actually very homophobic, god damn. Like, I'm actually like, I guess I'm just like, that was perhaps like the biggest gamer move I've ever done. And let it be clear here, because like the funniest bit about this, about my continued weird success, like it's a slow and steady growth, is that I swear to God, I keep watching, like, for a bit, I watched a bit of videos on content creation because, yeah, of course, I did that. And they kept saying stuff like, oh, like, you need to make, you need to focus on, like, one topic, and you need to make a video every week and whatnot. Like 52 videos a year is better than 12 because you can put out more content and experiment more often and whatnot, though, and like stick to the same topic all the time, never switch. Otherwise, you're gonna get thrown out of the algorithm. You're gonna do shit and whatnot, though. And all you need to like learn about SEO and like tagging and other algorithmic bullshit. You gotta please Mr. Algorithm. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and somehow it's creating success. So, thank you all, I suppose. Couldn't do this without you, because I don't know. I probably care about sheer growth, sure, but you mostly do this for fun and community. Yeah, that's true though. But the fact that I'm getting growth as well, I'm not trying to float my own boat here though, but like it's definitely like I'm not getting like I'm not going viral, but it's definitely like more than what one would expect of a content creator of my caliber. Because again, I see a lot of people who have similar like editing skills and like similar 15 seconds of fame moments and like just general size similar to mine, but whenever they upload a video sometimes that's a bit left field, they get crickets. And again, not going to name drop anyone because I don't want to like embarrass anybody, but there's one that comes to mind though that they normally made content of one game. They tried to make content of another game and got less than 1,000 in over the course of like a month. So, I guess I'm just lucky. Also, my God, these messages are crazy. Bewildered by being funny. Phann, the gays are being called to you. Twitch's algorithm has brought me here during the skin tearless streams. Somehow whatever I did pleased the algorithm despite the the anti-LGBTQ hellscape that we live in right now. But yeah, it's also great to know though that algorithm made them do what you want when you want. Yeah, when I want, or when I had the fucking energy, because I have a full-time job now. Oops, I said a word that I shouldn't have said, because apparently that's like the latest joke is to call a job a fucking slur or something, which is like, I'm too old for that shit at this point. Like y'all are too young. Like, I starting to feel old now. Oh, Annie's the same age as me, so like, but like, it's, I don't know, like, I'm, like, you kids in your crazy Gen Alpha lingo, I'm behind the times, as it were. And, what else? Yeah, one thing I want to mention as well, though, considering, like, about that, I made this public on Blue Sky, but one of the, big reasons why I also made that video, especially at this point, is that, like, the thing I'm actually kind of proud about that video, because it did, like, that stream happened months ago, but the fact that I managed to finish it around this time, though, when, LGBTQ content is actively being censored by, the payment processors and all that stuff, though, in the fucking US government and all that fucking garbage, like, it felt good to release that video because it went from being just a random shitpost to, not to toot my own horn though, but it kind of felt like a bit of a resistance move there. I don't know, like it just it felt good to put out content like that in our current time. And also as well, the great thing as well about that video, as I said earlier, with those two people who posted some pretty like homophobic comments though, and then I just I banned them from my channel because fuck them. I don't want them in my community. The video helps to separate the wheat from the chaff. So like it just makes the bigots get angry, they get vocal, so I get rid of them. But thankfully that was only like 2 of them. You're not even in the LGBTQ myself. It was entertaining. Everyone found it entertaining, apparently. Let's see. First mention to see opening Twitch was Old Man Yowie. This is great. Oh yeah. You're starting like you won't be a bigger resistance move coming out. There's nothing to come out though. I swear. And like you were starting a revolution on the home front. Yeah, exactly. Um and Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you're all very welcome to to like the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel, all that stuff. God, it's just insane, honestly, that that this is happening. Like again, like I never thought that this would happen. Like I'm genuinely so grateful for just like the amount of support and what is the PMP on the vest mean? Professional Mr. Pan. I know it looks like it says pimp, but yeah, that is it. If you're about asking if you were gay, actually made me very safe into your YouTube and felt like it'd be safely be in your community. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing though, because I've kind of like ever since I'm gonna shout them out though. You know, Kat, who's in my chat and also a mod in both the Discord server and this stream and whatnot, like I would definitely say that like obviously like I've always been like an advocate for these sorts of things though, but I feel like that Kat's arrival into my community has like really like, you know, planted the stake stronger than I ever could because I had some issues before that. Because I don't want to get into the problems, but like I was just a bit too spineless before though, but I managed to clean that stuff up. But like Kat being a trans girl, she came in and like really like she was very active in my server and really just planned it like the stakes and whatnot though and made like everyone else who happened to also be you know part of the community feel very welcome though and just drove up a lot of it like just people talking in the server because yeah by the way if you're not in the Discord server check in the about section. Discord server is there. You'll need a special access role. A mod will give that to you, but it's incredibly active. Like I am genuinely shocked. Like I've been in servers that have at least twice my member count and are crickets. This one, there's like a conversation happening every day and huge voice calls happening on a near daily basis, especially on the weekends, and it's great. Don't forget to put down if anyone disturbs your peace. Yes, exactly. And it was kind of like when I really realized that how many LGBTQ people were coming into my community that I kind of realized that like I felt like that I had a chance to do something really good with the even small amount of notoriety that I have. Pan, your server literally found me a partner. Pan's Payday 2 stream of love. I call me the wingman, I guess. It's funny, like knowing Annie for like 10 years and seeing her go in and out of relationships. Some more bitter than others. And the fact that I've essentially indirectly hooked her up with someone else that was crazy. Wait, she repetitive in the back for half an hour while 21 people wait for gameplay. Look, would you rather be self-deprecate, Annie? I'm trying to give myself a I'm trying to like, you know, give myself some fucking credit here. Because I was having a crisis at work the other day about how I was feeling, because I was feeling some imposter syndrome, but now it's like, I don't know if I'm talking about this. Look, it's a pan stream. You're gonna get some yapping a bit at the start, okay? But yeah, it just made me feel like that I could do something really good with my amount of notoriety, though, and just kind of create a place where, you know, queer people can just congregate and like, you know, have a place where they can you know, call home, basically, because people I don't know, my Yapping, because the game will definitely spoil me, lol. There's not much to spoil in the sense that I'm like kind of blitzing through it though and also playing with a fuck ton of cheats. And anyway, yeah, about that, like, have a place to like get like for people to congregate though and feel safe, because there's a lot of people though that have actually come to me and said that they feel safe in my server, and I'm like really I'm like genuinely really proud of that, that I'm like, you know, providing like some kind of public good or whatever just by doing this stupid shit on the internet. What did I miss? I'm just yapping still, Edgar. I'm still like just going through some stuff. Sorry about that. But you were away, so it's well, you didn't miss anything besides like just, you know, me talking and whatnot. But anyways, there was one more thing I wanted to get to, but it's less important, and I got to get to the game first, so maybe I'll address it a bit later. It's not as important though. Yapaholics Anonymous. Anyways, yes. I'll probably put a timestamp in the description though to skip the yapping though, because this is a long yap section. Your server was the first one I felt comfortable saying I'm aromantic in. Oh, that's great. Like, see, that's exactly that's exactly what I want to push with my community. I want people to feel safe in it. Oh, you take the time to get the gameplay. I enjoy the app. Oh, okay. Well, okay. If you're on YouTube and you don't like this, I'll put a timestamp in the description. You're welcome. So I guess I'll just quickly just get to like one thing. I'll try to get to it really quickly. Oh, the first server you came out as trans too. Did I really beat Route 50 to the punch? That's crazy. Did I? Like, that's crazy. That's insane. You did by a day. Holy shit. And let's see. Yeah, I guess 59 degrees in Canada. It's getting a little cooler now. I'm literally wearing my robe. First server came out as trans 2, high key. Oh, okay. You play the pickle game? I'm wearing a robe right now because it's cold. What? Can a guy not wear a robe? Like, yeah. Why is it the shock? I think the yappage is good. It makes everyone feel like welcome and appreciated. Nah, it ain't cold. You're just a 14th century monarch. The gay robe. What are you talking about? It's a robe. Do you like gay? Like, Annie, you're not like, oh, like, I guess you are you want to talk or not though? Because I know that you wear onesies. You wear onesies. Straight men don't wear fucking Do I need to send a picture of it later? Because it's not, you do it in a very gay. What is a robe but a onesie? Babies don't wear robes. That's the thing. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to get to though, because this is like far less important than the other two things, but is it a no? It's like a bathrobe. Get one of those sleeve blankets. Like, I low key want a Weezer Snuggie. Anyways, right. Speaking of Weezer, music, because last week, again, like, this is like more of a me thing, but I just want to see, like, I'm willing to bet that if I say this, like, it's like, I haven't listened to that. I don't listen to those bands, but like, oh shit, the Enclavist, thank you for the follow. Enclavist? Okay, should be okay, I assume. Okay. Anyways, last week I meant to do this. I meant to talk about this last week. But you know, I didn't stream at all though. But last week, two of my favorite bands dropped albums. Deftones with Private Music and 3 Days Grace with Alienation. Have either of you listened to have any of you listened to those either? Have any of you listened to either of those albums? Jesus Christ, that was hard to say. Phann, I have to know, is it okay to use your art as profile pictures? I guess it depends on what it is, though, but at the end of the day, I can't necessarily stop you, just credit me. I don't know what you'd want to make as your profile picture though. Like what have I drawn to make you want what have I drawn to make you want to use it as a profile picture? Um is the new TD 3 Days Grace good? I love that band. It is shockingly, like aside from some small issues that I have with it, it's very good. It's actually like probably the best the band has put out since 2009. Because the cool thing about that album, right, is the fact that here's the 3 Days Grace timeline. Like, I'm for God's sake, I'm never gonna get to this. You know what? I'm gonna make this like a separate VOD because I've been yapping for way too fucking long. I'm gonna make this a separate VOD at this point. It's been half an hour. Um, but anyway, so timeline for 3 Days Grace is that between and his killings of Mr. will not be obliterated, but in honor. Okay, see ya Zenlo, thank you for coming. Sorry I couldn't get to the game. But the timeline for 3 Days Grace is that between 2003 to 2012, the lead singer was the weed's gonna kick in before the gameplay does. Jesus Christ. Look, do you want me to yap or not? like um okay, fuck, I'm gonna finish my train of thoughts. So thing about that is that 2003 to 2012, the lead singer was Adam Gontier, and then he left the band and then was replaced by Matt Walst. And Matt Walst was kind of a controversial replacement, not because he's a bad person, just because people just didn't really like his voice compared to Adam, because Adam kind of had a very unique voice that very fit the subject matter and whatnot. Because like the way I see it is that Adam's era of 3 Days Grace, for the most part, felt more personal, more more felt like it was actually digging more into his own struggles and whatnot. And his voice, his very rugged, grungy voice, really worked with that type of subject matter. Whereas Matt Walst, I personally find that his voice leans towards his voice is higher pitched and more like it feels poppy, for lack of a better term. Like his voice kind of leans towards more pop direction just naturally. And his lyrics, I mean, maybe it's because we don't know nearly as much about if he had any struggles throughout his life. But his lyrics kind of felt more like less, like more general and less personal. Because Adam kind of felt like that he was singing about certain things, because he's been through it, where it feels like that Matt Walsh was sort of singing about those things. That doesn't necessarily mean that I think that Matt's era of 3 Days Grace is bad. I still like it for the most part, but it is weaker. But people kind of generally didn't like that side as much. But then, around last year, Adam rejoined the fucking band, but they kept Matt Walst, so they have like 2 singers now. So Adam and Matt are tag teaming on this. And not only that, though, it felt like that when Adam came back, it felt like that not just vocally but instrumentally, a lot of the it felt like that the instrumentals kind of came from the older albums, like the way that the guitars sound and like the way the riffs are written and whatnot, though, and stuff like that, and even the way the guitars like just generally sound on some songs. And also mention though a bunch of like musical references to Adam's work, because for example, the song Mayday, the intro bass line sounds very similar to Animal I Have Become, which you have probably heard that song because that is their most popular song, I think, up there at least. And then the parts during the verses kind of sound like I Hate Everything About You. And then the song Death Wish, the main riff is directly inspired by Time of Dying, which is another 3 Days Grace song. This isn't gay yapping, this is regular yapping. But yeah, like I just feel like that it's like, again, like it's been their like since 2009, I'd say this is like their most consistent album. Like there were no skips and not a dull moment on the album, because I always felt like that on on like ever since Matt joined the like on Matt's albums, there's always a few songs on the albums that I'm like, this one isn't very good, whether it's due to the instrumentals not being that interesting. Like two songs back to back on Outsider, for example, that are like very uh like very plain on those ones though. And then on the album Human, there's a song called Car Crash, and it has like I think that song is a really dumb one, and the hook is garbage. Oh, and then Explosions had the song called Champion, which is probably the worst 3 Days Grace song ever made. Sounds awful. Um, and stilted and not good, and like they're trying to cram way too many syllables into like the chorus and whatnot. Like, anyways, I'm like, yeah, like getting too much in the weeds here. Long story short, Alienation is shockingly good. The main problem that I have with it though is that the production is a bit weird on the voices, because they use a lot of auto tune on that one, or at least it kind of sounds like it. And with Matt's voice, it kind of works. I would prefer it without it though. Adams, it doesn't work at all. But eventually, you kind of start to ignore it though, and the rest of the album is a vibe. Oh yeah, any streams. Next week, not to plug myself or anything. My intro is only 4 words long. Normally, it's not this long. Okay, I have a lot to catch up on. I haven't streamed in 3 weeks though. Maybe try making a Phann VTuber model next school breaks would be funny. Oh god, that would be insane. I'm talking to Twink about Dad Rockle rapidly push. God damn it. Okay, and anyways, long story short as well though, Deftones Private Music, very good, album of the year. Fantano gave it a 7. That is the highest rating he's ever given a Deftones album. That's how you know it's good. Ohms is not a fucking 3. Anyways. I am going to cut the recording here, and then just I might upload this as a separate VOD, because dear god, there's way too much fucking yapping here. I need to actually get on with it now. Gaetan has no word on what good music is. I mean, I've discovered some good shit through him, I will say that much. On Tomato... Edgar, Rotten Tomatoes is for movies. I'm talking about music. Fantano has nothing to do with Rotten Tomatoes. And also, actually as well, Rotten Tomatoes is not a review site, it's an aggregator. It takes it tallies up all the reviews that exist, professional reviews that exist of a movie, and then separates them into whether or not they're positive or negative. That's what Rotten Tomatoes is. It's not a review site technically. Not agriculture, it's an aggregator. Listen to where it comes up in music YouTube recommendations. I don't let a robot decide what music I listen to. Anyway, fucking hell, I gotta actually, like, it's 9 o'clock now. I actually gotta like start doing it. Anyways, I'll upload this separately because I don't know, maybe people want to actually hear me talk about this shit for like 40 minutes or whatever. But for the sake of people who just want to watch gameplay though, I'm gonna cut the recording here, not the stream, just the recording. And yeah, so if you're on YouTube, this was the yapping bit. So I'm gonna switch to gameplay in the next video that's being uploaded on the archive channel. Okay, see you.